heard about the New York City No Pants subway ride? It's a day of silliness when people board a train and take off their pants in January. It looked like so much fun, but I didn't think I'd ever do it. I feared the audience's reaction. Now, I'm an adventurous gal. I'm a solo traveler. When I went to Vietnam, my tour guide came to the hotel on her motor scooter and told me to hop right on. At 57, I had never ridden one, and I feared we might tip over. But she said with such confidence, "Don't worry, I'll handle you." I got on. I loved it. And I realized it was time to bring bigger and better adventures into my life. On social media, I saw the invite for the No Pants ride. I replied, yes. Before I could change my mind, I contacted all my family and friends and invited them to come ride with me. One at a time, they each said the same thing. "You're on your own." Now, this was important to me, and I wanted to look good, so I began to plan my outfit. I walked to my panty drawer to assess its content. There wasn't one pair suitable for this purpose. I needed to go shopping, and I brought home 3 new pairs, and I stood in front of a full-length mirror at home with a digital camera in my hand to take photos because I wanted to see what other people were seeing. I wanted this to be a quality experience for me and the unsuspecting riders. I found the perfect pair. I chose the leopard print silky panties with wide leg black pants. I took the railroad to New York City to a meeting point in a public park. People welcomed me with arms open. "You can do this." And I thought to myself, I just spent 3 hours getting here. I am taking off my pants. There was orientation. As it turns out, it is not haphazard. You form teams, and each team goes into a different subway car. And you are to get on and take off your pants like it's the most natural thing in the world. If anybody asks you what happened to your pants, you were supposed to say something like, "I forgot mine." We had a stop that we were assigned to take off our pants and exit the train wearing our hat, our gloves, our coats, our scarves, and our underpants. Well, my team, they were actually fighting who's going to be on my team. And I chose Team 10 because I wanted bragging rights that I was a 10. At the Houston Street station, I met a gentleman who I call Bunny Man. He was tall, handsome, bearded. He was wearing the most spectacular pair of bunny ears and a kilt. In his arm was a brown paper sack, which he pulled out a bottle of pink champagne, expertly uncorked it, took a big slug, and then passed it to me. Not wanting to offend his kind act of hospitality, I drank too. Well, Sunday is notorious in New York City for train delays because of construction and rerouting. This was no exception. When the train came up, it was horribly crowded. I could not imagine taking off my pants in such a tight space. Then I remembered, sometime during my life, my mother told me not to go into a public place and take off my pants. I watched in awe as the teen pushed their way into the subway car, and the doors closed, and I was left by myself on the platform. And I'm thinking, you need to abort that mission now, because when the next train comes, you are going to be the only one taking off their pants. And wouldn't you know, the next train came right away, and there was plenty of room, and I didn't know what to do, and my heart is pounding, and I just said to myself, get on. And I hold on to the railing, I'm standing up, and I look to the right, and then I look to the left, and then I take my thumb, stick it into my elastic waistband, pull the pants out to the side, down, step out of them, switch hands, and then finish. To my side was an elderly Asian gentleman with a lot of shopping bags. The look on his face read, "Now I've seen everything." I was sure everyone was staring at me, but they weren't. My leopard print panties got lost in the sea of everything unusual in New York City. After weeks of worrying, I felt such bliss. I rode the jolting train to Union Square, where I joined up with hundreds of no-pants riders, where we took Instagram photos and we celebrated. On the New York City no-pants subway ride, everyone belongs, regardless of their side. The only roadblocks were those that were in my head. Thank you.